This channel is sponsored by Creality. Go to Creality.com and find all of your 3D printing tools. Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to do some fun. We're going to do some science. So what we're going to do is I have a 3D printed coupon. We're going to start with a flat one. I'm going to do a layer of fiberglass on it, and we're going to see how that adheres. And then if it adheres well, we're going to stick it out in the sun and we're going to see what happens. It's supposed to be nice and hot today. It's supposed to have a lot of sun, so let's do some science. Okay, so what I got here is a print that I've sanded down with 80 grit. First thing we're going to do is we're just going to blow it off. Next thing is I'm going to wipe it off with some denatured alcohol, just to get any grease or grime off of it. We'll blow it off again. Now a better thing to use would probably not be paper towels, but something that's a little more lint-free, but you can kind of blow off the surface a little bit and then just wipe it off. Get most of the dust off. And I'm going to use some gloves. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a little fiberglass on top of this. And I'm working outside, so I don't need a respirator. Some of you might want to choose to do so. I've got these little guys that I'm using as offsets to set my work above. I've got a mixing cup. I've got some resin here, so this is polyester resin. And then I've got some MEK and these little guys. And we're supposed to mix this for every ounce about 10 drops of the MEK. And then, of course, I have my, my fiberglass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this up, and then we'll probably put a layer on top of this, put down the fiberglass, and then I've got my tools to get out all the air bubbles, and then we'll let it cure, and then we'll go from there and see what kinds of things we can do to it. Try to peel it off, put it out in the sun, and do our experiments. Once we've done a few of those things, I'll probably flip it over and then put another layer on the other side, and we'll see how strong it gets. So let's go at it. Let's start off with about 2 ounces of the resin. So that means I'll need 20 drops of MEK. My stir sticks underneath here. So anyway, you saw us do the fiberglass and try to bond it to the 3D print. and by what you can see in my hand, that didn't work. This was just done with 80 grit sandpaper, a layer of epoxy, which definitely went through the fabric down to the surface. Then it just peeled off. Next thing was sand the surface. Actually laid down some automotive primer. Well, the epoxy stuck great to the primer. Primer didn't stick to the 3D print, so. Then got fancy and decided to say, let's put down some acetone and see if that won't increase the energy of the surface to bond. Yeah, it didn't. Then one of the other things I tried was I tried the polyester, which is normally what you use for fiberglass, which stinks to high heaven, by the way. Yeah, peeled right off. And then basically went and got some adhesion promoter, so some plastic adhesion promoter that you can buy at the auto parts store. Yeah, peeled right off. So, I was a bit discouraged, but then it occurred to me that I was just being dumb. And what I did was I picked up some of this stuff. I even tried this with some of the other methods that I just showed you. They didn't work. But what did work was I put this on the 3D print. I dabbed it with acetone. And what it did was it got the fiberglass to embed into the surface. And that was fantastic, because now that I had the fiberglass embedded into the surface, then I went ahead and epoxied some layers of fiberglass on here, and then tried to peel it off. And in the corners where I didn't quite get the mat stuck down, you can see it kind of was able to peel it up a little bit. Also, I was able to start this before this panel had fully cured. So I then took this and I left it out in the sun for 3 days. It's been around 90 to 97 degrees. It's rained a couple of times as well, a couple of thunderstorms. The panel did great. It is still strong as when I made it. Then I threw it in the freezer for 3 days and brought it back out and tried to break it, and was unsuccessful in peeling it up as well. So I think this is what is going to work, and I'm so confident about that. Let me show you. So I've already done the hood, and it's actually turned out quite nice. I mean, it's hard as a rock. So I'm pretty happy with the way it has turned out. We were able to adjust some of the panels to get them to fit very closely to now the encapsulated 3D, well, it's not encapsulated, but coated 3D print. And as you can see, it looks pretty good. So the next thing to do is we want to do the fenders, and I want to do part of the front fascia. So I'm going to have to do the front fascia in stages. I got to get some short chop strand mat too, so that I can get into the little nooks and crannies. So let's take a look at the process. So as you can see, we've got a couple of layers on the fender here. Still a little bit tacky, so gonna let that set up. Probably try to work out a few of the more egregious bubbles now that it's nice and tacky, and get it maybe folded over a little bit as far as it'll go. But yeah, I think it's turning out all right. And you can see we've got the hood done already. So I'm just going to keep moving on. We're going to get to the other fender, and then we're going to start doing the front fascia. Well, that's it for this one. You can see I got the passenger side done. So I'm going to let that all cure up, and then I can probably get to the front bumper, which is going to be a challenge. I'm going to have to do it in several different parts. Anyway, I think it's going. Let me know what you guys think. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.